It's getting very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. I want us to have a look at a very interesting incident that happened today in Bungoma during one of William Ruto's rallies in that area. Before we do that, let me bring your attention to this. Mulika Morara, have you ever been conned by Morara Kebaso? Share your story. Scam alert. This Mulika Morara is an issue that has been trending on Twitter. And it's being shared by government bloggers. They are trying to expose this young man, Kebaso Morara. And your guess can be as good as mine as to why government side is trying to expose Morara. Morara has been a thorn in the flesh for this Kenya Kwanza government. If you look at the response coming from Kenyans upon this government bloggers sharing all this, then it tells you very clearly that things are changing in the country. It's no longer business as usual. William Ruto's only option, therefore, is to do things differently. He cannot continue with the same strategy he used in 2022 to cheat a section of Kenyans to give him votes. He must now change that strategy. That strategy has been exposed very badly. And one way of changing that strategy is for him to dissolve his entire government. Let him not think that it's business as usual. We want to see the principal secretaries being sent home. We want to see top corrupt government officials being sent home. We don't want to see a two-tribe government. William Ruto has to move with speed in making sure his government represents the face of Kenya. If he does that, then he'll be on the right trajectory and he'll warm the hearts of some Kenyans by just reorganizing his government alone. William Ruto should also stop these early campaigns. He did use that in 2022, but this time around, that's really annoying Kenyans. That strategy might not work for him. William Ruto should know that scarcity adds value. He should not be everywhere every day. In fact, William Ruto is lowering his value by constantly campaigning for the next election, yet he has not even delivered on the promises he made to Kenyans. So he must stop these early campaigns. Let him sit down in his office to serve Kenyans. And to these many promises he's giving everywhere, he should also stop that. Let him only promise what he knows he can deliver. So in a nutshell, William Ruto has to change his strategy. Things have changed, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody thought or even expected that Kenyans could storm parliament and occupy it. It did happen. These young two men, Morara and Casmuel, these two men will most definitely shock Kenyans if Ruto's government is not serious. And I'm a happy man today because Morara wave, Casmuel wave, these waves are gathering momentum. Kenyans are now moving away from these politicians to these independent souls, Morara and the Casmuels, and that's the way to go. And if Kenyans are serious, let them support these Gen Zs. In fact, let these Gen Zs, if possible, start their campaigns for 2027. Let them start their presidential campaigns before 2027. I'm very sure they can spring a surprise. But these usual suspects, they regard these the Kalonzos, the Rutos. I think these ones should be rejected, ladies and gentlemen. Let's now have a look at this incident that happened today in Bungoma, an incident that is going to inform the basis of our analysis right now. Listen to this.
Rais, tunakushukuru kwa kufika hapa siku ya leo kwa kuzindua miradi hii na kuangalia miradi yetu hii ili tusonge mbele. Tunakukaribisha tena na tena, tukue hapa ndio tusonge mbele. Mungu awabariki sana.
Thus Didmas Barasa being heckled in front of Ruto. Didmas Barasa has declared his intention to contest for Bungoma gubernatorial seat on a Ford Kenya ticket come 2027. And during the Gen Z protests, he declared himself the Gen Z spokesperson. And today, you are seeing is being heckled in front of William Ruto. I want us to put all this into perspective for Kenyans to see in clear terms what's happening here. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. It's no longer business as usual. There is a wave of change blowing across the country. How I just wish that the regions that have let this country down since independence can also be part of this new wave, can be part of this revolution. Gen Z intends to kill tribalism, and I'm seeing they're going to succeed if Kenyans can all support them, irrespective of tribal affiliations or party affiliations. If Kenyans are tired of William Ruto's government, if they're really tired on how things have been done since independence, then they can succeed in sending William Ruto home. And the only way they can succeed in sending William Ruto home and bring a new order is not to support these known faces, the Kalonzos, the Rigathis, the Rutos, and the Raila Odingas. We can all gang up to support these new faces. And from what we have seen in Bungoma, Didmas Barasa is clearly finding the ground very hostile. And that confirms beyond any reasonable doubt that as much as Didmas Barasa is very loud, that might not be the case on the ground. There is a silent majority in Bungoma County, a majority that is against these loud leaders. So as William Ruto and his team towards the country, the crowds they are getting across the country might not really mean they are popular. There might be a silent majority that is very much annoyed, very angry on how things are happening on the ground. The heckling of Didmas Barasa confirms he's losing that popularity on the ground. That's why he was heckled. The heckling also confirms Bungoma residents are not happy on how he has been playing his politics, crowning himself the spokesperson for Gen Zs. That was an insult to the good people of Bungoma. So Didmas Barasa is just being paid for his political miscalculations. Kenyans won't change, and as much as he's embracing William Ruto, he should equally serve his people. Service delivery on the ground will also influence whether a leader will be re-elected or not come the next election. From what I'm seeing, maybe Barasa is just loud on social media, but on the ground, he's not actually delivering. So Elected leaders will find it very hard come the next election. And we also know Didmas Barasa voted yes for the Finance Bill 2024. Today, Kenyans have greeted him, and Kenyans should continue greeting these leaders who voted yes. I think that's the only way these elected leaders will take Kenyans serious. If Kenyans stop greeting them, it will be business as usual. Let's Kenyans keep on greeting them just as they did today with Didmas Barasa. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.